as you are progressing and going through your self-development, your personal development, well, is there any unique contribution that you aim for, strive for the community, for your community?
What do you mean by community, if you don't mind me
Your
clarifying
community,
on
your friends, your family, whatever you perceive your community to be,
that?
your
So honestly, I it's not to a point where I find things enjoyable, new things enjoyable, but I want to obviously get my footing into what will keep that flow flowing, right? And being able to honestly help my friends achieve what they want. That's another thing too. Like as I said, like putting a if little things go a long way, right? In the sense, right? And they've done a lot of little things that other people wouldn't do. And they how would I put it? You know how like certain people hold favors over another's head in the sense?
Mhm.
They aren't this type of people, right? These are the type of people that I'm saying are friends, right? I would say they became my family in the sense. Like I would genuinely it would genuinely make me happy seeing them happy too. Like help them pursue their passion. Help them, get where I could get them comfortable in the sense or like, honestly just help. I don't need no gratitude, no nothing. As long as the respect is there, that's fine. Nobody needs to know anything,
Mhm.
right? And yeah, just repay them in the sense where they stuck by me, they supported me, they gave me that push that I needed at certain times. And that's pretty much it. Just that small piece of belief from the individuals that I associate myself with now was
Mhm.
enough to keep me pushing.
Right. The saying, each one teach one, and the same person that is teaching you, you in turn
Hmm.
have so much to offer them because we're all significant, right?
Hmm.
We all add value, to self and to others. So yeah, so taking care of those that did it for you is so important. It's a sure way to build community, the greater
Hmm.
community as a matter of
Hmm.
fact. It's a great way to make that contribution right there. In terms of been aligned with your purpose. You say your purpose is all self-improvement to be better. How do you know when you're there, it's working? Are there any signals, any things that you need to pay attention to?
So for me, you know how you say that there's a process, right? In the beginning, obviously, there's gonna be a lot of bumps, right? But so what one has taught me, right? Uh there's I've never felt those types of speed bumps, right? But because of one, I felt a lot of speed bumps. And it made me realize because I saw what he saw, right? And that was belief enough to know that I could really do it myself, right? Because it got to a point where like I didn't know I could be a real estate agent, right? That was the first exam that I've ever passed in my whole life, right? That I could remember. And it was literally just because of one person. His name's Sire, and he kind of just a little bit of belief of him knowing that I would pass and be able to do something wasn't enough for me to pass the exam on the first try. No second. And mind you, as I said, it was probably the only exam I've ever passed in my life. So seeing that, then once bumping into one, just them believing in what they do and being kind enough to share it with another person makes me look at them differently, right? As I said, like I'm around people that are p- that are pr- I would say they're good people, right? And they're very caring. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to be around good people. That's good in all sense, right? Being a good person, I would say, isn't just about being good to other people. I would say it's also about being good to yourself. Because at the end of the day, right, if you're not good to yourself, how are you going to be good to other people? right? You can't really bring that much value in the sense where like, yeah, value. As a man, I feel like you really gotta change a lot of things about yourself. I mean, women too, obviously, right? But for me, speaking as a man, there's a lot of stuff I needed to change,
Mhm.
right? And they put stuff in front of me that I did not know I had. Well, one, yeah, especially.
You know, I had the opportunity to have a discussion with one, and what a good role model to have in your life.
Hmm. Yeah. And I still have never met him in real life. He lives in freaking Boston. I live in New York.
Maybe I can have both of you back on at the same time, in
Uh-huh.
this program, and that would be quite a conversation.
Yeah, it would probably be.
Quite a conversation. So now, just from watching one and the other important role models in your life, so now you're positioned to become that role model for others as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you walk through your purpose,
Hmm.
then the possibilities and the opportunities are there to impact others. And I think
Hmm.
it's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
What we learn, we teach others, right?
Mhm. Yeah. That's another thing too. Like in the same way that they give back, there's certain things that I would want to do too, in the sense where I want to be able to make things opportunities easier for certain people where I people that could have been in a similar position as me prior to, just honestly, how would I put it? You could honestly change someone's life in the sense where like if you could do something for someone, just it could be something little or even big, right? Just as I said, like a little bit of pushing them into believing that they could accomplish something is enough to make someone accomplish something, right? It could be like to a point where like, let's say I see somebody on the streets and we're talking about careers and stuff like that, and he's trying to figure out. I'm like, yo, I could see you as a doctor in the sense, right? Just those words could I feel like honestly push that person to just become an actual doctor, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's kind words, kind, gentle words.
Yeah.
One small act of kindness,
Hmm.
one
Yeah.
more, can go a
And
long way.
seeing them do these stuff for me because the stuff that Juan teaches, he's honestly like for what he does, he's like a book for dummies for us, or well, people like me,
Mhm.
right? And he does it in a sense where like if you really understand something, you could explain it to a 5-year-old. I'm literally that 5-year-old, right? And I'm still learning how to put the alphabets together, but we're slowly gonna get there.
Mhm.
And yeah, just seeing them do that, I'm blessed, honestly.
Uh, with sense of gratitude, right?
Yeah, of course.
And
Credit
accept.
given when credit's due, right?
Mhm.
Everybody, and it doesn't hurt anybody to give them their credit for what they've done for you. Doesn't hurt nobody. Right? Could build a relationship, but doesn't hurt nobody.
Hey, and what advice for individual? Just picture yourself as you were
Hmm.
before you started this movement, right? And this
Okay.
walk to self improvement and to be that person that you want to be. And imagine there's so many other individuals out there, right? Just like,
Hmm.
right? What suggestions do you have for them? What do you tell them?
Honestly, I I honestly just try to see kind of where their mind's at, realistically speaking, because it could. I feel like I've been through a lot myself, right? And I try to learn from other people's experience of what they go through, right? To pick up certain things where I pick certain people's brain before I really try to give them certain advices. Because I don't want to give anybody bad advice if it's not relatable to you, right? Um, if it's something I can help you with, why not? But for the most part, I would say a lot of people put themselves down from like bad decisions that they make and they dwell on those bad decisions, right? Um, it's to the point where they enjoy their misery of staying submerged into the water, right? And it feels as if they're drowning when all they literally just have to do is just swim off the shore in the sense, right? And get back on your feet. But most people are literally in floaties. They don't want to move in the water. And you honestly just have to start taking control of what you think and you surround yourself with, right? Energy is contagious. I believe that, right?
Mhm.
The people that you surround yourself with can dictate who you are. And that was dictating who I was for a very long time. And once I started shifting away from people towards the people that I would say have what I want, right? Or work towards if I want to be a certain person, I chose myself to be the type of person that they would want to associate with, right? Where as I said, like I want to be around good people, right? So I want to pick up good traits, right? I don't want to be a person that has any ill wishes or whatever, whatnot, for another individual, right? I want to be around people that wish well for me and do well by me, right? Because finding good people is hard. It's not as easy as people think, right?
Mhm.
And it just makes life easier being around good people, right? It's, we all want the same thing. We want, I wouldn't say happiness, I would say peace, right? People that are at peace with themselves, they're comfortable with themselves. It's nobody's really getting out of characters. They're just so in tune with themselves and they could be themselves. And you get to, it gets fun when you're around those people, honestly. Just fun, good company, right? There's no, I would say, there's no baseless conversations in the sense where like there's always base and foundation to every single conversation what you're having with those people because you guys are both at peace and you guys are maybe talking about something that can be a great memory, and memories are something that and I feel like, as I said, like family or friends can turn into family and certain stuff like that. And certain family can be family, right?
Mhm.
They may not even be here tomorrow, right? And all you have maybe a memory, right, of the sort. And, it could be a picture or it could just be a text message where you don't have, a video, picture, anything together. And everything just fades in the sense, right? And yeah, they're not there. And you may not ever find that certain individual in another person because everybody's unique in their own way. Doesn't matter who
Yes,
you are, right?
abs- absolutely.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so it's very selective. Your surrounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.